What up, you lab rats? Okay, so in this video, I wanted to talk about what kind of content you should create. So I've been running into a couple of patterns when I consult. My audio fell. Okay. So I've been running into some patterns as I've been talking to people as far as video marketing, and they're coming to me and saying, you know, I have some ideas about content, but I don't know what I should start out with first. Should I start with making ads right away? Should I start making a highlight reel? Like I've spoken at a couple of things. I want to start marketing my webinars or my products or my coaching or my, whatever. So I thought I'd make this video to kind of shed some light on that. And so the first thing that you should absolutely do is have some clarity as to how video fits in the big scheme of your business. Okay, so this is what I teach in my weekly trainings, which is you need clarity. And clarity is broken up into three things. And I talk about this. So one of them is figuring out, well, who you are, what are your assets, like what can you move on right now? What are the things that are working for you? What are the things that are not working for you? And it just helps to get a baseline of what is going on in your business right now. What's going on with you right now, right? Number two is developing not a plan, but a strategy. So I say, don't plan, strategize, because planning is very linear and strategizing is very real life. It's like if this, then that, right? So you need to develop a strategy. Third thing was developing your trump card, basically how you deliver your content, how you deliver it. Are you entertaining and or inspiring? Something that I say a lot in here. Okay, so from there, once you get clarity, once you get a baseline of who you are, what's going on with your business, like what is it? What's going on? What's the baseline? What's the foundation? What's the temperature like, right? You can start to see where you're missing some things in your chain of events and touch points that people have with you, okay? Because usually people are coming to me, I'm gonna speak to you in this context, people are coming to me in terms of, okay, I've made some content, I've spoken, I have a product or I have a service, like how do I make all that shit work together, okay? So basically you have to figure out a basic plan, basic strategy, right? Not plan, strategy. So check out this video in the description or right here, whatever, I'm gonna put a link, and you can check out that video so you can see the basic kind of structure of what it looks like to set up from viewing a video online to actually buying from you. What the basic structure is, if you don't know what I'm talking about, okay? So with all of that said, what types of videos should I make? May get to the fucking point. Okay, well, depends. Sorry, it depends. Don't you hate that answer? So it depends. So what I always say is if you don't have clarity, like what I just talked about, you can spend all your time developing ads or developing content, willy-nilly just making tons and tons of content but not knowing where it fits in the big scheme of things. So I would start there first. You need a baseline, okay? You need a baseline and see, okay, well, I've done this over here and I've done this over here and I want to get over here. So first and foremost, you gotta take, what do you call it, inventory, or you gotta take a knee, you gotta just slow the fuck down and see what's going on in all these touch points in your brand, okay? So after you have done that, most likely I would just kind of run down the list of things, and those list of things are, one, do you have a content-rich library which is binge-worthy? Okay, do you have a content-rich library of content which is binge-worthy? It doesn't all have to be video, okay? Some of you may be really good writers, maybe some of you have an awesome podcast or whatever, like that's good. If you have a binge-worthy content library that can back you up and whatever you sell in the tail end of your business model, then you're good, okay? But if you don't have that, I think you should develop it. And it doesn't have to be hundreds and hundreds of pieces of content, but it should be a nice chunk, like a portfolio basically, that supports you and supports what you're selling. It's very hard for somebody like to go see that you have a product but you don't have anything to back it up, because that's kind of just what the temperature is like right now in the internets. It's like, oh, here I found a content creator, I like what they're doing, but do they have proof of what they're actually selling? Okay, so a portfolio of sorts. And I like to make portfolios or content libraries that are binge-worthy, because that's the culture that we live in, okay? Stuff that we like to binge. So after that, after you have developed that, maybe you already have that and you're like, okay, what's next? So After that, I would start getting down the basic funnel of how somebody would watch one of those pieces of binge-worthy content and how they come down the sales funnel into actually buying something from you, okay? And again, I'm gonna refer to that video. You guys can refer to that video and check that out and see what the basic structure is. It can get much more complex and much more strategic from that, but it's really the basic understanding and structure of how somebody watches a video and how somebody can possibly become a potential customer or client, okay? So that's that, and I will start right there first. After you've gotten all that, you can probably watch this other video where I'll talk about the different types of content just in general that you can make with video. Okay, and maybe what the purposes are for that and when you'd probably want to start executing that type of content. But if you'd enjoy this video, please leave a like. If you did, leave me a comment, feedback, whatever in the comments. I love answering comments. Subscribe to the channel for more stuff like this. Here in the lab, we're doing some cool things. And head on over to getinthelab.me so you can visit me and everything that I've got going on in the lab. Lots of cool stuff. I do a free talk on how to get clarity in your business, like I was just talking about right there, but it's more in depth, and you get to ask me questions and all kinds of stuff. And you find that link in the description. Other than that, I will see you in that next video. Once again, my name is Meg, reminding you to get in the lab. I'll see you.